Hello and welcome back to the Garden Diaries. We have a snowmageddon on its way to probably destroy my little town. We have not had a single accumulation of snow in the past 3 years. I live in the part of the world where if we get this much ice or this much snow, everything shuts down because we just are not equipped to handle it. Infrastructure-wise, car-wise, everything. The thought of like 4 to 8 inches is a little... First of all, so exciting. I'm so excited to have snow, to stomp around, to look at the little birds, but also a little terrifying. Here's what we're doing today. I have a list because I'm already forgetting. Break down garden bed. Expose my yellow-white garden. Clean up side garden more and prep for poppies. That's what we're doing today. We're moving some dirt, basically. We're moving some soil from place A to place B. Because the snow is coming, there is a very exciting project that I want to work on. I have tried planting poppies, and last year I think I was a little overzealous in my weeding, and I may or may not have weeded out the poppies that I direct sowed. I'm not sure, because I don't know what they look like when they start growing. There is a method for planting poppies where you plant them or direct seed them on top of the snow. So I want to get the bed that I want them to be in prepped for the snow to fall, and then I'll put the seeds on top of the snow. So that'll be a fun snow day activity, but I need to prep that bed. Let's get out there. Let's get out there. The snow is coming. Winter is coming, as they say. And it's not going to do itself. That's the truth, okay, about gardening. It's not going to do it itself. So let's get into it. Ollie has decided to make his own luck in life. This is what I'm embarrassed about, okay? This is a judgment-free, we listen, we don't judge, okay? I bought 3 skip laurels, and I left them in their pots, and it was really hot this summer, and they suffered, and they may or may not have died. I don't know. I could choose not to show you, okay? But I'm going to show you. I'm going to be honest. And even though it looked like it was dead, I still dug a hole, and I planted it into the ground and said a little prayer, but I'm thinking maybe I need to trim it back pretty hard, and that'll give it a chance to regrow instead of continuing to put energy into what is potentially dead or dying. I'm being honest, okay? We listen, we don't judge. I'm sharing the truth of my garden, and the truth is that I low-key kind of killed this plant, I think. I won't make the same mistake again. I've learned as soon as you get a big shrub, dig a hole, put it in. Don't buy a shrub until you're ready to put it in the ground. I have some Baptisia there. I want to get some more because Baptisia has like really strong, sturdy roots. Like once you put them in the ground, that thing is not coming up. So I really wanted to be sure where I wanted them, and I'm pretty sure that's where I want them. The only thing is I'm not sure about the sunlight. So before I get any more, I want to see how the ones that I did get do. And some of the soil from the bed that I'm going to be taking apart is going to be going there. And also hopefully the side yard. The side yard still looks like a mess. The mulch path I did the other day is great. It's beautiful. But I want the beds to match the beautiful pathway. So I got some pretty exciting packages yesterday while I was bedridden with a migraine, like down for the count. I ordered from Lowe's this roll of plastic, which will come to be relevant in, I think, the next video. This package is gonna have to wait. It needs its own thing. I am very happy about this package. I kind of mentioned it in a previous video, but I also got, package time. I also got, very exciting, my first ever box that contains a seed starting tray and then the watering tray to go underneath. I am experimenting this spring and summer. I would really like to sell some baby plants. And so I want to try to figure out what works best for me. I have a very small house and even smaller amount of space for seeds. I would like a greenhouse, but that has not happened yet. So we're just gonna keep going as if I'm not going to have greenhouse. 50 cell single tray and the bottom tray. How many kittens can fit in the box? What do you think, guys? I think that means it's approved, huh? Oh, this is like heavy. Wow. Okay, that feels really nice. Wow, that is not like the ones you get from Lowe's. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is solid. The good thing about these trays, or the positive, is that they kind of naturally air prune the roots of what's growing in there. And I thought this would be good because then I won't have to constantly pot, like, because I'm not growing that much. I don't have that much space. So I thought the 50 cell would be a good starting point for me. The only thing I want to test in this is to find a plastic storage bin that can keep like maybe 2 or 3 of them. So that way when I want to transport them to a farmer's market or a sale, I can just use that storage bin as like the bottom watering tray and then just put the lid on and move the plants pretty easily. That's my thoughts. I'm very excited to try and start planting things in my little beautiful tray. It's more expensive if you just get one, but I've never had anything like this before, so I really wanted to just see what it feels like, what it looks like, how it fits on the shelves that I currently have and also under the grow lights that I currently have, so that I don't like overbuy something or pay too much for something that I don't know if I actually want. So I'm gonna try this out. I have about 2 months before I really have to start sowing my seeds in earnest. Well, I will plant things out with reckless abandon and risk it all for the biscuit. I don't want people buying my plants, especially for the first time, having a bad experience. So I don't want to I don't want to start sowing my seeds for sale, but I can start sowing them for personal purposes, mostly hardy annuals and perennials that can handle colder temperatures. Back to the show. On the side of my garden is what I want to be my white and yellow garden. So last year I picked out a lilac, which I'm going to forget what it's called, but it's a white lilac. And I was like looking through all the lilacs and I just saw the white and it just stood out to me because it's such an unconventional lilac. My grandmother had a lilac in her garden, and on the day of her funeral, we went back to her house and my uncle gave me some of the lilacs, and I wish I had taken cuttings. Like, I just didn't know at that time that I would get so into gardening. Like, I wish I dug that plant up and like brought it home. But anyway, so lilacs in general remind me of her, and just happened to be blooming at the same time, around the same time when she passed away and my grandfather passed away, and I have like this adopted grandfather who passed away. So it's just like this very pretty memorial tree, and I didn't plan on it, but yeah, so it's a beautiful white lilac is the point. And then I have this honeycomb buddleia, which again, I was looking through all the buddleias at my local nursery that does wholesale, and they have this huge selection. And it just stood out to me. Like, I was like, I didn't know buddleias could be this beautiful yellow color. And I like the idea of it being like, oh, what's that? And it's like, it's a buddleia. Did you know? It's a butterfly bush and it's yellow, it's golden. And like the combs on it it's been blooming. Like, there's buds out there on that tree. We've had down to 20-degree nights. It's still blooming and doing stuff. I should trim it back, but it's like one of the only green things in my garden. So I don't have the heart to quite yet.